Hello everyone, welcome to this session of our signature mobile application Firefly Prime. Firefly is not only a modern way to solve a case with an easy pocket friendly way, but also is a tool to make you more confident in your prescription. I will be taking you through step-by-step process of explaining many features of our mobile application, which includes options like symptom recorder, quick access to millions of symptoms, patient management features that will not only shorten your time for repertorization but also will make you realize why Hompath Firefly is a must have for each and every one of you. So let's start with solving a case. This is a case of improper gait. A young girl from USA was brought to the clinic. She would walk, run, and dance always, as if she was doing some kind of ballet. She would always walk on her toes with the heels never touching the ground. So, this is the case. I know this is very small, but let us start with registering this case in our Firefly mobile app. As you can see on the screen, the Firefly has five major components. Let's go with each case and each module one by one. First option is the patient. As you can see on the patient module, this application has a dynamic patient management system that helps you to track the patient's personal information, case history, follow up, etc. All you have to do is firstly register the patient by clicking on the patient option. As you click on this, there is a bottom right button which you can very well see on the screen with the plus mark which will take you to the registration information. As you click on this herein, you will have to type the details of the patient and click on the save option. There will be two things happening simultaneously. One, the name of the patient which you see on the screen. That is, let's start with writing the name as Miss. You can write the name of the patient, say Meena, and she is a female patient. We can see all the details going on here, like the preliminary information, like the diet, the religion, current address, permanent address, and the contact details. These are very self-explanatory options. Once you click on this option, all you have to do is click on this option of save. Going back, when you click on this option of save, two things will happen. First thing is the patient will get registered, and the second thing, as I said, is it will get added into the record of the patient. This record can be also accessed by clicking on all, and herein you can see the whole details of the patient. As you can see, the patient is also getting added into our list of patient. This case record will be here saved forever. Now we can add any and many number of cases in this Firefly application. There is no limit and it all depends on the size of your mobile application and the data storage. So here we have our case for Meena, and now we are going to go ahead with Firefly application and see how we can solve this case. As you can see on the right side, there are three vertical dots. All you have to do is click on this option and it will direct you to two more options. The first is follow up and the second is case record. Now, as we have registered the patient right now, we can go ahead with the case record option. As you can see, again on the right side, there is this plus option wherein it will take you to the date of registration, that is today's date, and it will direct you to an array of case history which we have been writing out in our case histories. Let's see the first option, that is the chief complaint. As you can see the division as per the location, sensation, modality and concomitant, all you have to do is write down the details in the proper format. We have to also click on the save option. As you go on writing, we can see that this case is recorded into this full case view. There are other options like associated complaint, wherein also you can add any number of associated complaints. We also have a mind section, which is beautifully designed into emotional, subconscious, intellectual, life situation, and also a note. You can write down any and many rubrics into this. Then we have this option of general, elimination, and sexual function, where you just need to click. Say, for example, this patient has a normal appetite and the hunger is intolerable, or the thirst is increased, or say the patient has a craving for sweet. As you go on writing, it is automatically getting added. And where do we see it? Just going in the back option. And as while talking to you, I have recorded this generals as well. So this is how you record the case in the chief complaints column. Isn't it easy? Going ahead, we have the second option of repertory. This option is to see what repertories we have in our software. Let's click on this option. Well, as you can see, there are not one, two, but there are more than 10 repertories in our software. Now you might have a question. Why do we need so many repertories and not just the ones that we have been using till now? Well, as you all know, there is no repertory in the world which is absolutely complete with all the rubrics and perfect with all the new remedies. So there are going to be some rubrics that you will not find in one repertory but find in another. In our Homepath Firefly Prime, you have not one, two, but 13 repertories, including the Q repertory of mental qualities with intelligent search, and zero delay recording of our rubrics. We can see an icon on the top right of the screen. This option is an intelligent search option which will not only search from one but all the repertories that you can see on the screen. We just need to type the keyword and it will search from all the repertories what word we are going to search. So we can type the keywords of our case ranging from physical generals, let's say for example, desired sweet. And if we click on desired sweets, it has found out the rubric from all the 13 repertories. As we can see, not only Kent, but also from Dr. Bonnie Mohsin's, also from therapeutics, and also from special repertories that we have in our software. So this is how you search for the rubrics. And we also have more than 100 books on materia medica and homeopathy by various authors. Now, in our case, we have to search for a remedy for the girl who is not able to walk properly and has a gait wherein her heels do not touch the ground. So, in this case, let us firstly take the rubrics of heel and ground. We can see our Firefly has got the search option from all the repertories. So, let's search this rubric. For that, we need to just type heel, and also the heel is not touching the ground. So let's type heel ground, and within not only 1 second, before that only our application has given two rubrics from the entire database of repertories. It also, you can see very clearly we don't have Kent repertory, which for some doctors is a favorite repertory. It doesn't have its mention. So this proves how important it is to have many repertories. So now let's record these two rubrics. How do we record these rubrics? Is by simply clicking on the right side tick mark option. As you can just click on one option, the click mark gets highlighted and the symptoms get recorded. I want to select from both the repertories. I do have a choice to select only from Dr. Borix or also from only Phatak. And how do I see if this rubric gets recorded? All I have to do is click on this colorful square option at the top of the right screen, and you can see the symptom is getting recorded in the repertorization chart. So let's go back and even take this rubric of Dr. Phatak's repertory where heels do not touch the ground while walking. You can see the layout of this rubric, like you can see from Boric, the chapter of locomotor system, and in that there is a rubric of gait, wherein there is one more sub-rubric of heels do not touch the ground. In the bracket, we see the number of remedies that the rubric is covering. Okay, so far so good. Let's go to another rubric. The gate was very unsteady, isn't it? So let's type gate and also unsteady. Now herein we can see how quickly our application has given you not one but seven rubrics with the word gate unsteady. Now look at it. We have got seven rubrics and not even in 1 minute we have got 44 remedies from Dr. Borix, wherein I would like to select this rubric because it has maximum number of remedies. Now I have selected this rubric and now let's read about in the repertory what is the repertorization that is coming up. I click on the repertorization. You can see that the case is already repertorized with the three symptoms that are coming up. As you can see on the left side, these are the three symptoms that we have taken and 44 remedies that are coming up. Now there are other options also like applied filter, or on the right side of the screen we do have these options like inverted triangle, three dots and clip, which will be coming on later too. As we can see that we are having 44 rubrics with Lathyrus sativus being the leading one of them. We can read about this remedy by simply clicking on it, and as you can click on the same, we can read the keynotes on the left side. We can also read through the Materia Medica section from any favorite book that we have this remedy into. Say for example, if I click on the Materia Medica option, I have an option of three books. The first one being Concise Materia Medica from Dr. Fatak, second being from Dr. Clark, and third being from Dr. Boric. Now let's go and read from Dr. Fatak's book. Just by a simple click, I am into this book from Dr. Fatak where I am into this remedy of Lathyrus sativus. You can even go to a specific section that you're looking for. Say for example, I want to look from extremities. You can see how easily you are going to the remedy. In this, I have a mention of gait which reads tremulous tottering gait. So this way, my friends, you can read one by one from all the remedies in this book. We can also go back and read it from Dr. Boric. We have got one rubric each from Dr. Boric and Fatak's repertory. Now we can also read about this remedy from Dr. Fatak's. As we can go ahead and see in the extremities chapter, again there is a mention of tremulous tottering gait. Let us see what our Dr. Clark had to mention in the Materia Medica. As we can go into the remedy, go into the Materia Medica section, and then the second book which we have is Dictionary of Practical Materia Medica by Dr. Clark. Herein you can see the clinical and characteristics as well. If you want to go to any particular section, as I said, we can also do so. Let's say lower limbs, and herein also we see certain options where the whole weight of the body is rested on the metatarsal joint. You can read it very well over here. The heels never touching the ground. So you can see this confirms our remedy from all the three books that we have. So friends, this shows how quickly we have arrived at the remedy without even buying all the books that we have just read. In case if you are not sure what potency is to be given, a single click on the top right will guide you as well. Yes, our Firefly Prime mobile application has a guidance for the selection of potency as well. All I have to do is go on to these three vertical dots Click on this and I get four more options. I select on the last option, that is potency selector. We write down the appropriate information. Say the patient is child. We go to the next option. Say the patient has common disease symptoms, or say the response desired is relief. And as we click on the result, we can see what potency is to be given. In case if you want to start over again for this, we do have an option for that as well. Alright, we can even prescribe on this by selecting on the prescribe option that is on the top right of the screen. As we click on this prescribe, we can select the dosage. See, the dosage was 1 powder, for example, and the potency was low as we saw. And we click on the add option on the top of the screen, and this gets added into the follow-up. Now, one more doubt you might be having is why only Lathyrus? There are other remedies as well, isn't it? So let's see what the other remedies have. Again, what I do is click on this option of the second remedy, say Agaricus, and on the right side there are three dots. I can compare it with the previous remedy by simply clicking on the first option of add to compare. Now what I have done is added this remedy to the comparison list. Let's take our Lathyrus remedy. I click on the three dots. I can see add to compare, and now I have added two remedies into the list. You can add any and many number of remedies into the list, but at a time you can only compare two remedies. So let's go to the second option of compare and just right click on both of them. You can see a summary of both the remedies. Isn't it fascinating? You can see the comparisons with the keynotes as well as with the properties. Say the remedy is thirsty or thirstless, or even see the thermal state. So this becomes very important when we are not sure of what remedy to be given. Going ahead, the third option we have in our Firefly Prime is library. Now this section is packed with materia medica and homeopathic books with easy search and referring capacity. We can jump to any remedy from any author in any book. All you have to do is just mention the name of the author. We have to mention the name of the author in this search bar option. Say for example, Dr. Rajan Shankaran. I have typed the initial, and you can see before that the search option is showing me the number of books that we have for this particular author. We have only one book in our section, that is The Soul of Remedies. On clicking further, you can see the book details. We can go to any particular chapter by selecting on the section and chapters respective option on the left lower side of the screen. Say for example the section and the chapters with all the contents in it. Say for example I want to learn about Calcarea Foss. I click on Calcarea Foss. I can see the whole remedy from Dr. Rajan Shankaran's Soul of Remedies in one click with all the rubrics and also the other rubrics from other repertories. If you want to search anything in particular, say for example anxiety, you can even search for the same by clicking on this option of search at the right side below. We also have a text to speech option on extreme right corner on the lower side. So this way, my friends, you can read from any book, any chapter with just a click in your Firefly mobile application. As you can see very well that we have 14 books in Materia Medica, and also there are more than 20 books for philosophy. We also have two expert books, the one from Dr. Vijaykar, and we can see the theory of acutes as well with all the flow charts of acutes. We also have ROH book series. So this way, my friends, you can read from any books that are there in the software. Let's go to the another option of remedy. There is an information of more than 3000 remedies. You need not look anywhere else for anything in homeopathy if you have such an information in one mobile application. All you need to do is type the initials and it will be done in seconds. Say for example, I want to read about Abies canadensis, and you can see that you can read this remedy from not only one but four materia medica books that we have in our system. You can even browse through any of the option like we did right now. Going ahead, we have this option of all on the extreme right of the screen where we can see each and everything about the patient. You can see the repertorization sheets, prescription sheets, posology, remedy reactions, and you can even see academics. As we go on lower, you can see all these options that I have been mentioning. Academics, utility, various books, viewing remedies, patient instructions, diet and nutrition, all this will be helping you in your practice. We have already seen the repertorization and the potency selector. Going ahead, we also have a very fascinating option of quick symptom record. You can see this option in the repertory in the all section. Now, why is this option so unique? This is because many times we see that certain times the patient doesn't have time for the case history, and you also don't want to compromise on the quality of the repertorization. So all we have to do is click on this option and we can see that we have more than 30 ready-made rubrics in front of you which are recorded. All we have to do is go into the option. Say for example, the patient has come for a problem of vertigo, and you can see that there are certain sub-rubrics and options like causative factor. Say the patient has causative factor because of emotions. You can see this option of vertigo because of emotion has all the three rubrics from Kent, and it has automatically recorded one rubric for you. Say the person has complaints in the morning. We have got rubrics from Ellens, Bonninghausen, Kent, and Lippe. All we have to do is click on the record all option at the right bottom and see all the rubrics get recorded. They also get recorded into our repertorization sheet. So this way, we not only have one option of acute, but also have chronic conditions like say for example, for skin or also from the mind, wherein you have to just click on the mind option and say the patient is more of affectionate. We get all the rubrics from all the repertories for affectionate, which are having more number of remedies. And all I have to do is click on the record. This will save your time from recording a single rubric from all the repertories that we have. This was the option of quick symptom record. We also have the same option in COVID case record. Next is we have rubrics of mind. When we click on this option, we can see the summary, meaning, cross-reference of each rubric. Say for example, abandon. We can see the name, the summary, the meaning of it, the explanation, the disease condition associated with it, and also see the important drugs with the rubric abandon. This saves your time sometimes with just one rubric, and we can see that not 100, 200, but we have more than 741 such rubrics of mind, which will educate you not only with one disease condition, but there are various other conditions. Say for another condition like ambition, we have important drugs like lacrisis and naxwamica. Now going ahead, as you click on the back option, you have this very beautiful option of clinical tips. In this clinical tips, which is in the remedy option, we can see that a clinically verified data of not only 100, 200, but more than 600 tips of various doctors wherein divided into sections of organ and system that you can see below. This is very important and very helpful when we have to quickly access any other remedy for the case. Now let's say if we click on the option of system and select the second option of conditions of the ear, nose and throat. As you can see, we have 36 clinical tips which are all clinically verified and cured cases. We have 36 tips here. Say for adenoids, let's click on the second option of adenoids. We can see that Dr. Kent has suggested tuberculinum bovinum. So this way, my friends, you can use all these clinical tips in your practice, which will help you to take your practice to another level. Going back in the utility section, now this section has an array of information to be given to the patient in the form of instructions, like say patient instructions. When we click on patient instruction, the first option, we can again see that there are more than 600 clinical conditions divided as per again the organ and category we can see below. Say for example, acne. I click on acne and I can see cause, do's and don'ts as well. You can very well share this with your patient as well. In the diet and nutrition tip, that is the second option in the utility section. When we click on this option, we have 72 tips here. Any condition can be accessed with writing the initials at the top. Say for example, acne. I click on acne and I can see the option over here with the signs and symptoms, the things to be avoided, the do's and don'ts, we can see in the order to treat the same. The third option we have is allopathic drug data. More than 500 remedies are there, as you can see on the screen. In case if you're not sure of any remedy, you can write it in the option of search. Say for example, tobramycin. And I can see the related group, the root, not only that, the dosage and the brand as well. Now the allopathic medications we have been showing over here is there because for the basic knowledge of allopathic medicines that helps us in many ways. It helps us in differentiating between symptoms of the patient and side effects of the medicine. It also helps us in evaluating the current health status and miasmatic evaluation of the patient. The allopathic medications the patient is going through is been prescribed that indicates also towards the stage of the health concern. Isn't it fascinating to have such a drug data with you? Now going ahead to the fourth option of mother tincture. This section is again divided into both external and internal mother tincture. As we know that they can be prescribed both for internal administration and for local application. Firefly Prime has put together a phenomenal list of mother tinctures and their application in the clinical practice. Now, herein you can read the indications of different mother tinctures in your homeopathic practice that can be internally administered for various conditions. For this, you need to search for any clinical condition of your choice. For example, if we search in internal option on the right side and just click on diabetes, which is at the third option, it directly takes you to what remedy can be prescribed and also a suggestion of how this mother tincture should be given. You can use these suggestions as well for your practice. Next, as we go ahead in the utility section, is the prophylaxis. When we click on prophylaxis, we will get more than 100 list of diseases and conditions, and herein you can go through the list of diseases to understand the different remedies that you can use for preventives. For example, in the search option, if there is an outbreak of chickenpox and you want to have a look at the chickenpox remedies that we have in the list, which are best to prescribe as closest as prophylactic, all I have to just click on the search option and write down the initials of chickenpox, which is the first in the list, and I can see the remedies which are there to prescribe the closest as a prophylactic for the patients who have not contacted the disease. As we go into the last option of therapeutics, now again, the therapeutic section houses two of the most widely known and read books on the therapeutics, Devious Therapeutics and Lilienthus Therapeutics. Both these books are authorities on homeopathic therapeutics and features gems in the treatment of various ailments. To access them, all we have to do is select either DV or Lilienthus depending on your choice. So let's select Dr. Dive, and as you can see that there are an indication of 122 disease conditions. You can scroll through the list to see which disease conditions are there and read the therapeutics accordingly. You can also search for a disease condition if you have something in mind. For example, if you are working on acne, now let's type the first few letters and you can see as you click on this option of acne, the list filters out acne and directly opens the page. You are able to read the therapeutic indications of acne quickly and effortlessly. In case of Lilianthus, the same thing, we are having more than 296 disease conditions in therapeutics. You can search for the disease conditions as well. Again, it is divided as per the organs and also as per the category of the system. This information is very much useful if you are looking or just want to revise to the therapeutics. Going ahead, we have an extensive feature of academics module wherein we can read about all the topics which we had covered from the first year of our BHMS. There is a part in clinical examination. There is an option of important investigations if you want to go through. There is clinical cases of Dr. Kent's, wherein which we have more than 100 clinical cases of Dr. Kent. This is like a vintage edition. If you click on this, you can see the actual cases which were centuries ago. And you won't find this in anywhere on the internet as well. We have homeopathic pioneers, where we have biography of all our pioneers and also the work associated. We have thesis guidelines for all the doctors who are going thesis. Group symptoms is also an important part of our application, wherein we have more than 20 remedy groups. Say for example, Baraita, we see the characteristics of mind and the family of the remedies as well in one screen. We have homeopathic dictionary again, which will help you to find out the meaning of any word in homeopathic terms. We have Viva questions. This question bank and multiple choice questions are there for our students to prepare and also to revise in the free time. This not only includes the question bank from homeopathic topics, but also from other subjects like pathology and microbiology. In the multiple choice questions, again, we have multiple choice, which you can use in your free time. We have useful tips option. Now this option is there to show you various pictures that can be shared on social media as a promoting your homeopathy. There are options like amazing facts, wherein you can select and see the facts about our human body. Celebrities, wherein not only national but also international celebrities have promoted homeopathy, and this can be very well shared in your social media. We have clinical tips. We have diet and nutrition. Again, many patients like this option. And also health tip. This can be shared very well. The physician option has the settings as we have in any other application. This includes the doctor's profile, backup on the mobile phone, and the update as well. In any case, if you have any issues with the technical team or you need help with the rebooting of the app, all you have to do is you can click on this option of contact us, or you can even directly get back with the dealer from whom you had purchased the software. You can also read about our Dr. Jawahar Shah in the information. who is the creator of this application and his recent achievements in detail by going through the screen. So, friends, I hope you have now understood the many facets of our amazing mobile application. Coming back to our case, the rubrics which were selected in the case were from Boric's locomotor system, gait, while walking, heels do not touch ground. From Fatak, gait, again, heels do not touch the ground while walking. From Boric, again in the locomotor system, staggering gait. The medicine was very simple. Lathyrus sativus 6, one dose every night. Within 1 month, she started walking normally like any other child. Learning from the case. Lathyrus sativus is a wonderful remedy in cases where there has been mild effect of polio or bad effect of which is expressed polio vaccination 18. These patients cannot walk properly and a typical symptom is toes don't leave the ground and heel never touches the ground. This keynote helps to prescribe so beautifully that patient recovers totally and walks normally on ground. This is a very small remedy with a deep action on nerves. I hope this session was useful and you all understood the application of our Firefly Prime. Until next session, take care. Bye.